2022 proved that the Oklahoma Sooners have a lot of work to do in their final season in the Big 12. OU's top 10 transfer class looks to fill in the gaps necessary for the Sooners to contend for a conference title. Let's take a look at the top 5 most impactful players in Oklahoma's 2023 transfer class. Number 5 is Reggie Pearson Jr., safety, Texas Tech. After last year's performance, it was clear that the Sooners needed to shore up the defensive side of the ball, and they did just that by bringing in a veteran grad transfer in Pearson. Oklahoma fans may be familiar with him laying this smack down on Dillon Gabriel last year, finishing with a season-high 11 tackles against the Sooners. And that's exactly what he brings to the table, the ability to wrap up ball carriers, which is something the OU secondary struggled with last year. Let's be honest, the secondary struggled with most things, as the Sooners were near the bottom of the nation in passing yards allowed per game. The unit will have a good mix of vets and young talent, and with the addition of Pearson, I expect an improved performance from the defensive backs this season. At number 4 is Regginald Boathroid, defensive line, Wake Forest. The 6'4", 258-pound lineman will aid the Sooners' defensive front that struggled to consistently rush the passer in 2022. Boathroid primarily played along the edge. He's versatile and can be effective on both sides of the defense, and Brent Venables had experience seeing him firsthand during his time at Clemson, which does increase my confidence in this transfer. He was productive over the last 2 seasons at Wake Forest, totaling 93 tackles, 24.5 tackles for loss, 14 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles, proving to be a great contributor for a team that has seen improvement. While he may not start, I do expect him to see meaningful time in the defensive line rotation and be very impactful on that side of the ball. There's room for improvement with this unit, and Rondell has the opportunity to shine and make a name for himself before entering the 2024 draft. Number 3 is Walter Rouse, offensive tackle, Stanford. With both starting tackles Anton Harrison and Wanya Morris headed to the NFL draft, the Sooners filled an immediate need with a seasoned veteran in Rouse. One spot will be filled by Tyler Guyton, and it looks like Rouse will be in the battle for that second spot. Experienced would be an understatement. With 39 starts and over 2,500 snaps, Rouse could be a key contributor along the line, and has experience blocking for a run-heavy offense at Stanford. Also of note, he was only penalized once in 2022, which is a welcome stat for Sooner Nation. As we know, the line is the lifeblood of any team, and while this may not be the flashiest signing, it could easily be one of the most vital to Oklahoma's success in 2023. Coming in at number 2 is Austin Stogner, tight end, South Carolina. The former Sooner returns to Norman after a brief stint at SC, and if last season was any indication, we can expect Stogner to have an immediate impact. The tight end position was key for Oklahoma last year, with Braden Willis finishing 4th on the team in targets, 2nd in yards, and 1st in touchdowns. While he may not be the same level of run blocker that Willis was, I expect Stogner to surpass his production through the air as a dynamic receiving threat with the ability to attack the middle of the field. Defenses will need to key in on him, and if he can build a rapport with Gabriel, Big 12 opponents will be in trouble. His addition will also allow for the young tight end room to learn more before being thrown into the fire. Finally, at number 1, I have McCullough, edge, Indiana. This transfer hits number 1 for multiple reasons, one of which is he just finished his freshman season, meaning we can expect him to rock the Crimson and Cream for at least a couple more years. But there is a lot more to be excited about. He had a great freshman year, netting 49 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks, while being named to the ESPN True Freshman All-American team. With Deshaun White headed to the league, McCullough will likely fill an important role in the Cheetah position, which won't be an easy task. But at 6'5", 225 pounds, and with an offseason with Schmitty, he will likely become a terror for offensive tackles to deal with in the pass rush, while maintaining the speed to be an effective linebacker. My expectation is for him to start, but this move also builds depth at a position that is pivotal in a Brent Venables defense. Let me know in the comments who you think will be the most impactful transfer for the Sooners next season. Speaking of transfers, check out my video here on the top 10 transfers in college football history, and as always, have a great day and see y'all at the next one.